Hey y'all, I'm Paula Deen, and I'm so excited because I have the honor of competing in this year's Great American Seafood Cook-Off. This year, the competition is going to be in New Orleans, and the recipe that I'm making is a secret. So, for right now, I'm going to cook a crab stuffed shrimp recipe so Michael can have a tasty meal to eat after I'm gone. And you know, one of my all-time favorites after a seafood meal is my Grandgirl's fresh apple cake from Georgia. And finally, I'm going to head to the cook-off for a Southern Seafood Spectacular. So y'all stick around. You're not going to want to miss the finale of this competition. I've got some good news. Been requested by the governor of Georgia to represent Georgia in the Great American Seafood Contest in New Orleans, Louisiana. Whoever wins this competition is going to be crowned king or queen of the Great American Seafood Cook-Off. So with that in mind, today's show, I'm going to be in there cooking seafood. All right, now I've got my basil because with this first dish, I'm going to be making a basil cream sauce to serve over these shrimp. Now, I'm going to start with a little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil, about half and half. All right, and into our oil, I'm going to throw about a half a cup of chopped green peppers, and I'm going to add, oh gosh, three onions should do it. We're going to throw those in the pot along with our bell pepper, and we're just going to saute those until they're just kind of translucent. Okay. All right, so while those are sauteing, we'll move over here and start mixing up our crab. Now in our bowl, we're gonna start with 1 egg. And he looks like a good one. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley, 4½ teaspoons of heavy cream, and we got about 1/4 teaspoon of dried mustard, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and this is the only filler in our crab cakes, and it's just a little saltine cracker crumbs, about 1/2 cup. Put in the juice of 1/2 lemon. Ooh, that lemon had a lot of juice in it. All right, those onions and bell peppers look like they're ready. So I'm just going to toss that into our bowl. Now I'm going to add a pinch of cayenne pepper. All right, and I'm going to add a little garlic powder. I want them to stay nice and chunky. So I'm going to do all my mixing right now. I've got all of our wet ingredients nice and mixed. Now I'm going to fold in half lump crab, and then I've got my claw meat. The only thing is you'll want to go through it and make sure it doesn't have any little shells or cartilage in it. Now we want to stir this up very gently because I don't want my crab to wind up in little pieces of mush. All right, now these have been split down the back, and I'm going to take them to the last joint. Now I'm going to butterfly this shrimp. I'm going to take my knife down pretty close to the bottom, but you don't want to cut it all the way through. You want it to have a solid bottom. All right, now I'm just going to get me a spoonful of crab. Doesn't that look good? I think they're just yummy. So I'm going to come in here with my crab. And then I'm going to take 1/2 piece of bacon. And I'm going to run him around there. And I'm just going to pin him up with a toothpick. So do y'all want to know what I'm cooking at the seafood cook-off? I can't tell you yet, because I don't want anybody to steal our ideas. But guess what? I'm meeting my brother. I'm meeting Bubba, and a couple of the guys from the management team from the Lady and Sons, but we'll have a ball together. So I'm going to be cooking in this contest and getting in a little R&R too, I hope. Now, all I'm going to do to prepare these for the oven, I've got olive oil and butter, and I've got a little paprika mixed in with it. Because this dish cooks so quickly, I want to make sure that it browns, and the paprika is going to help it brown. When I come back, I'm going to show you how we make this magnificent sauce at the Lady and Sons, a basil cream sauce that we're going to drizzle over our shrimp when they're done. But when I do put these in the oven, we're going to put them in a 350 preheated degree oven. The amount of time that you cook them really is going to depend on the size of your shrimp. So we're just going to have to watch these because we don't want to overcook these beautiful shrimp. They cost way too much money to overcook them. I'll see y'all in a minute. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm just over here trying to get this shrimp smell off my hands, and I needed to wash my basil. All right, now we're ready to make that delectable basil cream sauce that's served on our stuffed shrimp at the restaurant. All right, now I'm going to start with a little olive oil, and I'm going to saute some very finely diced onions and a teaspoon of finely minced fresh garlic, and I'm just going to saute that around. Now I'm going to deglaze my pan by adding 1/4 cup of white wine. While that is evaporating, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make us a quick roux. So I'm just going to be melting me, oh gosh, about 1/2 stick of butter. So our wine's just about out of there. Now we're going to add 2 cups of heavy cream. Ooey, ooey, ooey. Now to this, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of chicken base. So the chicken base works nicely. It's just going to give it a punch. And I'm going to let this cook until it reduces in size by about half. So that's good to go. Our butter's ready. I'm going to put in just enough flour to maybe equal the butter that I have in there. All right, that looks perfect. This is just to tighten our basil cream sauce. And our shrimp are ready. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna add probably a teaspoon of roux to our cream sauce. And now I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of pesto. Look at that. Look how beautiful that sauce is. Oh, yum. I'm so hungry. All right, I've got some rice back here because with this dish, we serve a jasmine rice. And the jasmine rice is so good to me with our stuffed shrimp. All right, so I'm just gonna load my bowl up with rice. So I'm just gonna take my plate and unmold my rice onto my plate. Now I'm gonna take my shrimp. I think I'm gonna slip these toothpicks out. At least I get so excited that I choke on one. Doesn't that look yummy? All right, now I'm just gonna drizzle a little of that sauce. This is really getting me in the mood to cook seafood. All right, now I'm just gonna sprinkle that with green onions. And I just don't see how I can improve it. So, what you say, let's taste it. Oh gosh. I know I've swallowed my tongue. Gosh, if the dish that I'm cooking is half as good as these, maybe I can be queen of the seafood festival. Who knows? I gotta clean up and fix Michael a plate. And when I come back, I'm gonna be making you Grandgirl's apple cake from Georgia. It'll melt in your mouth. I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all. Hey, y'all, we're back, and I'm still a little nervous, and I tell you what, I got carried away with my baking. Would you believe I've already made 2 cakes, and I'm fixing to make my 3rd one? You're gonna love this cake. It's called Grandgirl's Apple Cake from Georgia. All we're gonna do is just plop in our ingredients. I've got 2 cups of sugar, 3 eggs. Where did I take this cake one day? Oh my goodness, and they had a fit over it, but I can't remember. 1½ cups of oil, so you know this cake is gonna be moist. And 1/4 cup of orange juice. And I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and about 1/4 of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. All right, I'm just gonna stir that together. Can you believe none of that sifting and alternate mixing? So you can kind of understand why I got carried away with my cake baking. All right, we're just gonna mix those ingredients together. All right, I'm gonna throw in a tablespoon of vanilla and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. And that's all it is to putting that cake together. All right, now I've got 3 cups of diced green apples right here, and I've had them soaking in lemon juice. So I'm gonna just take this and dump it into a colander and give it a couple of shakes. All right. I'm gonna fold in the 3 cups of apples. A cup of shredded sweetened coconut, and 1 cup of chopped pecans. And our cake is complete. Now I'm gonna put this into a preheated 325-degree oven, and I'm gonna let this bake for about 1.5 hours. Okay. All right, I'm gonna wipe my hands and come down here, and we're gonna prepare our pan for our cake. Now this is baked in a 10-inch tube pan. I'm just gonna spray it real good. And you want to make sure you get that center sprayed well so it won't stick to that when you go to take it out. All right, so we're just going to dump this in our cake pan. One of the attractive things about this recipe is it's so bloomin' simple to make. So that's all it is to our apple cake. I'm going to put this in the oven. And we're gonna let that cook. I've got 1 cake that should be ready to come out, so I'm gonna pull it on out. Oh my goodness, it smells wonderful. About 5 minutes before the cake's ready to come out of the oven, make a buttermilk glaze for it. Just bring butter, sugar, buttermilk, and baking soda to a rolling ball. It's just that easy. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna take a skewer. I'm just gonna run a few holes in here because I want that buttermilk glaze to get all through this cake. All right, so here we go. All right, now we're gonna let that sit. I've got one already ready back here that's been sitting for an hour. You can see the difference. This is after an hour of soaking up that buttermilk glaze. Guess what I just heard? I heard apple cake. I'm gently gonna just flip my cake up. I think I can go ahead and cut it and have a piece. This cake makes a great gift to take to somebody because it's almost no fail. Look at that. And I can't taste this without a dollop of fresh whipped cream. And then I'm gonna sprinkle a little cinnamon sugar, just cause. I don't have to have a reason, do I? And a little mint. All right, I'm ready to dig into this delicious cake, and then I have got to go. I'm running so late, and I've got so much to do when I get there. This is so delicious. I'm gonna clean up here a minute. I'm running so short on time, but I'm not gonna leave without leaving y'all with a few tips, no matter how big a hurry I'm in. So I'll see y'all back here in just a minute. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. I have to say that when Michael and I have company, our favorite meal to prepare them is a low country boil because we know the food is going to be wonderful. Michael cooks an absolutely perfect low country, but it's also going to free us up so that we can spend time with our friends. And you can do this easily enough just through a little prep work. You can have your corn in the freezer, your sausage in the freezer, your shrimp in the freezer. All this can be ready and waiting. You can use fresh corn or you can buy frozen corn. And then when it's time to start cooking for your guest, all you have to do is put you on a pot of water, add Old Bay seasoning mix, throw your potatoes in, throw your sausage in, your corn, and then last but not least, your shrimp, and throw those in just for the last 5 minutes. And for this meal, you won't want to serve it without a few condiments like hot sauce, lemons, cocktail sauce, and tartar sauce, and cold beer. All you're gonna need is just a few friends and you're ready to sit back and have a great night. Well, y'all, I'm ready to go. I've even managed to fix Michael's plate. He's not home from work yet, so I'm not gonna get to see him before I go. And I really need for y'all to come go with me. This is a beautiful city, and I'm so excited to be representing Georgia in this year's National Seafood Competition.
It is a real joy to welcome Paula Deen to this competition.
I have a great team with me. I've got Dustin and Jake from the restaurant, and of course my brother Bubba, and we're gonna kick some butt. I think it's safe for us to say now what dish we're preparing. Our recipe is a seafood pot pie. We're putting shrimp, we're putting oysters, crab, scallops, and since we're in Louisiana, crawfish. So we think we have a very good chance of winning. Ain't that right, Jay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ain't that right, Dustin?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we in it to win it or
Yes.
what? Has anybody seen my brother Bubba? Everybody around here better hold on to their recipe is all I got to say if Bubba's in the
How long
house.
does this dish then take?
While Bubba was snooping around the competition, I was trying to be a good Georgia girl and offer some help.
Would y'all like for me to come over here and help y'all? Would you like me to help you in the contest?
But then it was time to get some serious cooking done. Phew, was that tiring. I think we came up with a winner, but now it's up to the judges. Oh well, I didn't win, but I had a lot of fun.
Well, listen, America, until next time, I want to send y'all love and best dishes from our kitchen to yours.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.